Fox News, I'm Sue Gusman. Ukraine's foreign minister Dmytro Kuleba resigning after at least 7 people were killed and 35 injured in an overnight strike on Lviv. And this was after 50 people were killed in Russian attacks Tuesday. Kuleba's resignation follows the resignation of 5 others yesterday. Zelensky says he's refreshing his team as the Russian attacks ramp up. The Biden administration filing criminal charges against the leaders of Hamas in connection with the October 7th terror attack in Israel. Fox's Jeremy Byrne.
An indictment unsealed in New York federal court charges Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar and other militants with orchestrating, overseeing, and supporting a foreign terrorist organization. Attorney General Merrick Garland says more than 40 Americans were among the nearly 1,200 people killed by Hamas on October 7th.
America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Well, right now. Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown.
And good morning, I'm Lee Barrows, and it's going to be a morning.
It already has been a morning.
Let me clue everyone in. Rayford's like, where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? Of course, he's got them on his face. Reaches for another pair, went to put those on.
I got spares. See, I got 4 pairs of glasses.
You do.
Here, right?
There's a
just
lot
in
of glass.
case. Just in case. You never know. I might drop one in the middle of the thing. Some of them are different. They're magnifying glasses, y'all. That's all they are.
Yes.
They're reading glasses,
Like
I think they
readers.
call them. The kind you used to get for 3 pairs for $1.
Yes,
At
I
the
used to
dime
have a
store.
bunch.
At the 5 and dime. Remember the 5 and
to
dime?
wear them anymore, but yeah, I know I had them everywhere.
Okay, what's going on? I'm going home.
I don't know. It was just like
Oh, I am there.
craziness when I came in here this morning.
Yeah, well, I'm doing a bunch of different things up there.
Yes, you are.
Uh-oh.
And sometimes when you are kind of off your normal pace in the morning, like I have normal things that I do.
My
I
game,
time them out. Yeah, you're off your game.
I'm off my game.
And then everything is just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? It does get, it gets crazy. Yesterday I tried to put my new commode in and it was just not cooperating. And I just walked away from it. I was like, maybe by the end of this week,
Well,
I
you
will
got some
get it
good
done.
news. You went to a place and you actually found the right stuff. You had the wrong stuff, but they told you had the wrong stuff.
Yeah, that was great. Great
Yeah.
customer service. Is a place close to me. It's a hardware store.
Mhm.
And I went in to get a new water line for the potty and knew
It runs
exactly
from the fresh water to the
potty itself.
toilet itself, yeah.
And
Voila.
so I picked up what I needed and was walking away. And here comes a gentleman. Can I help you? And I went, no, I'm good. I just had to get a water line and blah, blah, blah. He goes, you sure you got the right size? I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't realize there was 2 different sizes because I've never seen that. And he goes, oh, no, you've got it. Anyway, he had to hit it. Thank goodness, because if I had gotten home
Oh, you would have been
and
fit
went to
be
put
tied.
that on and realized it was the wrong size, I would have been so mad.
Well, things like that happen.
Got a little gusty last night, didn't it?
Blustery.
Yes. I went out at
Who's
one
that
time.
motor mouth over there?
I went out at one time back door, and my table and chairs, everything was just like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
My umbrella was about in the neighbor's yard, and
Oh,
yeah, it was a mess. Let me go take care of the little
okay.
one.
Yeah, take care of the little one. Yeah, well, our daughter called yesterday, so she found some things called green peanuts, a bunch of them, turns out. And then I couldn't get things to work just right last night as I was preparing to boil them. Now, I got a cooker this big. I got a bunch of cookers, several of them. I got 2 more right out there right now that are going to scrap metal later today. Because one of them did not work. It worked, but it had a hole in the hose. And I started smelling propane
Oh, that's not
while
good.
the thing was cooking. So I said, well, let me light a little. Don't ever do what I tell you that I do. Okay, y'all, don't ever do that. But I just lit my lighter up again, and I moved it along the hose, and it lit up along the hose. I said,
Right.
well, I turned everything down. I went out and got me another cooker. The other cooker was about 1.5 feet higher than that the first cooker was. That meant that pot that I had it on
You have to reach
had
it.
to be
yeah.
lifted up. So
Oh,
Robbie
yes.
had to help me with that one because that sucker is a 60-quart pot,
Wow.
almost full of water and peanuts.
Oh, that's a lot of weight.
Okay. So, anyway, it cooked, and they cooked good. They tasted, they were done.
I
So
can't wait to snitch a few.
not yet. You're gonna have to wait for a long while. So I said, well, I've added the right. What I should have known better. I normally taste the water as I'm doing stuff when it cools
Yes,
off a little bit. I
yes.
taste the water to be sure it's salty. It's got to be overly salty,
Right.
saltier than the ocean.
Right.
And then you turn the water off, it cools down, and all that juice, the good juice, soaks up into the shells.
Right.
So if you just take it off the fire and you just try to eat those peanuts, they are just like bland. Nothing. They're
Right.
done, but they're bland, no flavor. They're not salted, bold, salted peanuts. So anyway, I let it cool down. Obviously, it took all night. And I tasted it this morning. Oh my God, it's still bland. I didn't put the rest of the salt in. So I added the salt to it, tried to light that stupid fire again on the second burner. It
And
would
it's
not
a little
come on.
windy.
It would not come on. That fire would not light up. The propane was not coming out. So what a mess. I go out to my shed. I got another burner number 3. Got it here. And as luck would have it, Lee walked in at the right time. It works. The burner works. So we put a little womanly power on one side and a little meekling power on the other side. And we lifted that pot up.
It was heavy.
How much does let's see, 60 quarts is 15 gallons. So how much does 15 gallons of water weigh?
I don't do math this
Okay,
early in the
yeah,
morning.
right.
I try
A lot.
not to ever do it.
It's about 5 pounds, I think, isn't it?
As witnessed by the wrong water line.
So anyway, I got that all, and it's boiling again. It's got to come up to heat and get everything warm again. And then as soon as everything is warm, not boiling, not cooking, just as long as it's hot, then I shut the fire off again. And then we go from there.
You sound like you're continuing with the weekend I had. Like I told you, I've been doing the renovation in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, after all this, even though I had new tile squares down before all this, I had to tear them up for various reasons.
Uh-huh.
So Saturday late, it was early evening, I had gotten home and I said, well, let me put those down because they won't take long. But I got a tub of glue because there's certain areas that I know the towel does not stick like it should.
Right. Yeah.
So I got that for reinforcement. Well, let's just say I had dropped some on the floor where I had already tiled and then sat in it, not knowing
You sat in the glue.
I was glued to the floor.
This sounds like a Three Stooges operation with only one person.
Yeah, you go to get up and you're like, what? And realize I had glued myself
Is
to
it
the
super
floor.
glue?
No, thank goodness.
Ooh.
But it took a little wrangling. And I finally got up.
Uh-huh.
Then I stepped on it. My shoe got stuck in it. And I'm just like, I'm done for the night.
Did you have any cameras rolling during this?
No, but
Oh, darn.
if anyone knows how to get glue out of the back of your jeans, let me know because I like those jeans. I'm trying to save them.
Depends upon the glue, but if you no, it's probably way too long by now.
Oh, and then the next morning, I'm rushing to get my stuff together so I can go to the hospital with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had one of my Yeti cups, and I love my coffee, so I made a big old container full of hot coffee,
You spilled it.
got into the truck and went to set it down, and it slipped out of my hand and dumped in my seat. Burnt my tail end, same area that it was already glued. So that was my weekend. I'm glad to see mine is over, yours is here. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll both get straightened out.
Yeah,
You think?
I don't think so. I think this is a 6-month process for me. I don't know. It's going to take at least 6 months for me to get back to my state of what I consider normal.
I think
It's a new normal.
you need a couple days off of relaxation, doing
I
nothing.
need to be somewhere where
somewhere.
there ain't nobody. I need to be in the middle of the woods. Back in the days when I hunted and stuff, I could go into the middle of the woods, and that was good.
Oh, that would
Nobody
be nice.
bothers you.
Well, I'm not a woodsy person.
Well, there are too many snakes out there right now. This
There's
time of year.
bears, snakes, all sorts of stuff.
Well, some bears are all right.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm going to try to sit down with my calendar in the next month or two, take a couple days to include a weekend, and go to Boone. I want to go see my granddaughter up there
Oh,
at
okay.
college, and
Oh, she's only been there a day and a half.
I miss her.
That's what I mean.
I miss her. She's
You
my
may-
mini me.
You may as well get your an apartment up there, then she'll change colleges.
Well, no, but I want to rent an Airbnb. They're cheaper than getting a hotel room. Plus, you can take your dog.
Oh,
So go up there for a couple days with my
don't tell
sister.
Robbie we'll be going.
Robbie.
If he can take the dogs, we'll be going.
Yes, there's some of them that
She
you
doesn't really want to go anywhere without the dogs.
It's hard to do it
It
when you
is.
have animals. And now that I'm down to one, I try to take him with me and include him more. But
Okay, y'all.
now that we've got our life
If you
stories out
want
of
to
the way,
call, you got a few minutes here. You can do
Yes.
so. 910. Oh, this is scary, isn't it? I'm giving you a number. But with some stipulations, 910-333-0139. 910-333-0139. You be the first to call, you'll be good to go because I'll answer the phone right away. Then we'll get you on the air right away. Do not use any
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. Do not use any
speaker.
hands-free stuff at all, period. Pick that phone up and use it as a telephone. Ding, ding.
And if you've got the radio on while you're on your phone,
Turn it off.
down.
Turn it off. Because
Oh.
it'll feedback one way or the other. It's going to be there. If you're driving down the road, roll your windows up and turn your air conditioner down.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Because the
Roll your
wind
windows
noise
up.
is atrocious. Y'all just don't have a clue. It's bad enough for some people just talking to me on the phone doing that because I can't hear them very well. So we have to hang up right away. When they say four, and I think they said door, things like that. Because their wind
Jail, not hell.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
I need bill money, not honey.
So yeah, do that. And then if you happen to be the first person to call, I got you on the air. That's cool. Got you there. Just wait. Just wait. If you're trying to call, because the line too will ring. We don't know it, and we can't answer it.
That's
and you'll
right.
just get a ringy dingy.
You'll
We
get a
don't
million.
have our second box available yet. I'm looking for one that's reasonably priced so that when we have two callers, which is not that often, that I'm not sure the second caller is worth waiting $100 and $300 and $800 for.
I just thought of something.
Anyway,
Yes. Watched the Board of Education meeting last night. They did a lot of presentations, and our schools, Onslow County, is really looking good. Their motto this year, raise the bar. They're doing an excellent job. The county is showing ranking high in a lot of categories. It's been a quiet start to the new school year, and it was a good meeting. It got a little contentious towards the end, of course.
it's a school board meeting. Whatever. They're trying to outdo Loudoun County. That's all there is to it. But,
Yes.
Okay. Now let's see what else is there.
That's right. I need to look up something. I was told this morning by a friend that the ballots are out on for the election. So I'm going to look mine up. And he says something about there was a referendum on there. So I'm looking
Nobody
it
told
up.
me about a referendum.
Well, I'm looking it
We'll
up
find
now and seeing what we've got here. It'll be interesting.
And we'll have Dr. Rose in here this morning, 7:30.
Yes, we
So
will.
we'll be chatting with her. So we're going to be tied up for a bit. No need to try to call in. It's not going to work. And then after that, we're going to have Peter Wright in here.
That's right.
Now, when Peter's in here, after we get started and after the 8 o'clock hour, if you've got a question for Peter, do us a favor and call then. If you try to call before 8 o'clock, we're all jammed up with time and then trying to make up for commercials and all that sort of good stuff. We want to keep our clients happy. We like
Yes,
we
we do.
like our clients.
Yes, we do.
But anyway, you can wait till after 8 o'clock to call for Peter this morning. If you got some Social Security, some Medicare, Medicaid insurance questions, he'll be available to answer them. He probably is a little more attuned to what's going on right now. And it's that time of year, September. is the month before. Only 1 month from now, you can start making changes in your Medicare, Medicaid stuff, right? You can do that.
I dread this time of year because you know what that means.
Yeah, and I still get calls year round, but
Phone
during that
call after
time,
phone
and
call.
beginning in September, they're going to barrage me with phone calls. And that's when I have to relearn the things that I learned back in high school days, how to talk to people like I shouldn't be talking to them, but I do.
I got it up, but I
they're next
can't
to me.
read this. Huh.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll do some weather. Then we'll do Dr. Rosemary, and then we can take a call or two after that at 8 o'clock, beginning at 8 o'clock. And if you call right now, and after we get back and do some weather, we'll have enough time to get you on the air for a quickie, okay? How's that sound to you? You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. So don't go away. We know that severe weather can happen with little notice. Hurricanes and tropical storms are what most of us think about when we hear about tropical or severe weather, right? Strong summertime thunderstorms, all of y'all should know it by now, are no laughing matter. We saw it just a few weeks ago. Strong storms with lightning, lots of rain, strong winds created issues for a bunch of us. Many cases nearby, floods forced residents in some areas to seek refuge. Some of them had to leave their homes for a bit. Today's severe weather tip is brought to you by John Stars Electric, your Generac standby generator dealer. Flooding conditions can happen quickly, even while you're grocery shopping. Coming outside, didn't hear a thing while you're inside. Coming outside, the parking lot looks like a lake. Driving home, and you're apt to find deep water rushing across some of the back roads. A warning that's become a popular warning. It should definitely be heeded. Turn around, don't drown. It's often impossible to see just how deep the water is crossing a road. You don't have any clue. If it's running across the road, you won't likely be able to tell whether the water has washed away part of the road underneath the surface. And then you could be in a ditch. A definite time to turn around and find an alternate route. While you're giving some thought to the future, perhaps you've been one of those who has been subjected to power outages for several hours this summer. You know what kind of inconvenience that can be. The local power companies will have you up and running as quickly as possible. Some jobs, like when the utility poles are knocked down by a car or whatever, it takes a bit longer. The local power companies will get you going as soon as they can. One thing you should do when your air conditioning system is down, darken your house. Pull all of the blinds down. Keep as much heat out as you can. Don't go opening the refrigerator door. You need to keep that thing from thawing out, the freezer too.
Right.
Don't go in and out. Wait till the electricity comes back on. When a house gets pretty hot, the AC is off. It requires a lot of time when an air conditioner gets to running at top speed to regain control of your home's temperature. This might be the time to call the folks at John Stars Electric. They'll come to your home and work with you to put together a plan for Generac standby generators. There are units in all sizes, something to meet your requirements. Call the team today. Tell them you want to power up your life with a Generac generator from John Stars Electric, 910-989-1908. Don't lose that number. Again, it's 910-989-1908. We'll be right back with your midweek weather outlook right after these messages.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
And every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint it, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Your plans include hitting the road this fall or to do some fishing or vacationing, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value on all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And what is really nice is no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-3760.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back. Live and local Real Talk. So the small craft advisors in effect from today through Friday morning. Yep, y'all don't want to go out there right now. Offshore, northeast winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts to 30 knots. Seas 6 to 9 feet. Sounds and rivers are rough. Thursday, tomorrow, northeasterly winds around 20 knots, gusts to 25, seas 5 to 8 feet. Wave going to be east 6-footers every 9 seconds. Not good. Ooh. Sounds and rivers choppy. A chance of showers, slight chance of thunderstorms this morning. A chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon tomorrow. Friday, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop.
Okay, and today is partly sunny with a high near 83, northeast wind 8 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 23. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 66. Thursday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 83. And Friday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 85.
As it is every day, our marine forecast is brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville, located at 918 Henderson Drive. An inadequate mental health system has contributed to individuals with mental illness committing crimes, getting arrested, and still going without the care they need. 2 out of every 5 adults in the prison system today have a history of mental illness. 40% of those in prison have a history
Wow.
of being mentally ill. 7 out of 10 youth in the juvenile justice system have a mental illness. 70% of all the kids that are going through the juvenile justice system, going through the courts and whatever, they have had or have a mental illness. Local jails, they're not equipped to provide the treatment people need, but they're often filled with inmates who need mental health treatment. The right mental health treatment can help turn someone's life around. If you or someone you know is suffering from mental health issues, give Community Prevention Services a call. Let them help you navigate your issues to help improve your life. Give them a call at 910-353-0972. Do it today. You will be glad you did. There's a lot riding on what you do to help folks who need it, to desperately get it. They'll help you. The number to call, 910-353-0972.
And if you're struggling with just everyday life, go sit down and talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And they're there, they're experienced, and they can help you.
You know, if everybody has anxiety moments, they have moments, you lose someone and, if you dwell on it and you can't get over it after a period of time, there is a period for mourning.
Right.
That's just the way things are supposed to be. Take the time, mourn, and then life goes on. And you should too. You have to move on. We've all lost people.
Yes, we have.
Some tragically, some, is the natural process.
It's part of life.
It doesn't
yes.
matter. Either way, it's kind of depressing.
Yes. And some people more than others really affect you deeply. And sometimes you just have to sit down and talk to someone.
You do. And anyway, go give the guys a call over there at Community Prevention Services.
Right.
They're good people. They'll talk with you, set up an appointment, come on by, and let's see what ails you is what the bottom line is. See if we can't do something about it. It's no different than in going to a doctor. When you've got a pain that is lingering and lingering and lingering, it might be a sign of something else.
Yes,
that
true.
you need to get adjusted.
That's true.
Okay. And, sooner or later, you got to see a doctor or a counselor.
Well, I know a
for either
very
one.
good doctor, Alamance County, that can just fill you right in on things. And Dr. Rose.
Yeah, no, we're giving her a real call right now too. So
That's
Dr.
right.
Rosemary Stein will be joining us in just a couple of seconds, and we'll see how that goes and see how the kids are making out first week or so of school. Oh my.
Oh yes.
So, well, I know she's supposed to be available today, right?
Right.
It's ringing. Good morning. How are you?
I am doing well. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr.
to you.
Rose.
I know, nice and chilly down here along the coast. It's down 62 degrees in
So
our
nice.
studio. How are you doing?
It's 56 here in Burlington, North Carolina.
Well, you've got a heat wave up there in the central part of North Carolina. We're nice and chilly down here along the coast. So, well, good.
Oh, I said 50.
Oh, 56. Oh, 56. Oh, you're colder than we
I
are.
was trying to figure that one out,
need to
but
get-
I didn't want to say anything.
You need to get, you got your blankets out and got the fireplace going?
Almost. Maybe tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be long before we're going to be wishing we had this kind of weather back. When those cold
right.
mornings go up and you got frost on the windshield and you have to go get in a cold seat and drive away and wait for your butt to warm the car up. Yeah, no. Don't like those days at all.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Weeks gone and gone, first week of school. What are you seeing? You got any new stuff that's developing that the kids are coming to the clinic for?
It's a mix of everything right now. They're all spreading it around. We've got quite a few sick visits. So they have a little bit of the stomach gastro stuff, some of the strepy stuff, some of the bronchitis stuff. So we saw a pretty good mix.
Wow.
Of a little bit of everything.
Well, it's going to happen this time of year, I know. And when kids get back to school, they share everything from the, hey, you
Yes,
want some
they
of this
do.
milk here? You can just drink just a little bit now. Don't drink it all. Yeah, I know that. So,
That's right.
I remember those days. So nothing on the horizon that we need to be warning parents about.
Pretty much the normal stuff at this time of year that we should be reminding our children. And you hit on it perfectly. Keep your hands to yourself. Well, overall, just keep your hands to yourself. But especially when you're eating, don't go and share and take things off of your little neighbor's plate or desk. Don't drink from the same straw. Wash your hands. If you can't wash your hands, use your little bottle of sanitizer. When you're eating, before you're eating, make sure that you wipe those hands down. And all of those things can help prevent the transmission of germs. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing a lot of that, and it's going like little waves around.
We got a story from yesterday that I thought about. Lee talked about it, and I got the heebie-jeebies, and both of us started scratching and itching the rest of the morning after she talked about it. Kids went back to school, and they got issued their notebooks, their Chromebooks, or whatever it was, up there in Durham, or not far from you, Durham County. They got issued their laptops, right?
What kind of bugs was that?
They had bed bugs in the Chromebooks. The Chromebooks that school had put up on the shelves for the summer were infested with bed bugs, and they didn't know it, and they sent the kids home with these
Chromebooks and bed bugs.
Oh my God. It's terrible. But it's like little electronic devices. How did the bugs get in there?
I have no idea.
Those little critters, they get, I don't know. I don't even want to touch mine now.
I think the North Koreans did it. It was a plant.
There's little crevices here and there.
Well, the bed bugs are nasty bugs.
Yes, they are.
And they cause these big old welts all over the
I'm
place.
itching already.
They hide in your mattresses. They come out at night, and it's hard to figure out sometimes what is it that's going on. But it's if you Google bed bugs and you look at the picture, you will never forget what it looks like again.
Oh, yes.
If your kid has those, the only way to stop it is to find them, and you're going to have to get the special exterminator for bed bugs because those
have to use heat. Well, my mother's apartment complex
just burned the house.
It went through all of that a while back. It was terrible. It was terrible.
It can even close down hotels.
Yes.
And apartments for a while. You just have to almost gas it.
Well, I'm not I'm not like that. But you mentioned go to my computer and look up bed bugs. I don't trust them. If I even look them up in my computer and get a picture of them, I think it might get infected. So why take the chance?
Yeah. One patient told me, since my child has pink eye, should I avoid looking at their eyes?
Whoops! Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
How about head lice? I'm sure you deal with a lot of that, Dr. Rose. Head lice. It's the start of the school season.
Absolutely. And so little girls for school are better off putting their hair up because I swear that those little things just jump over from one little set of hair to the other. And the thing with that, everything you put on the hair can help it, but you have to sit there patiently on your sofa with the child's head between your knees and go through every single knit. This is something that takes 2 to 3 hours.
What does it look like?
And parents are not patient today, so it'll come back.
For parents who do not know, what are they looking for?
They are looking for teeny weeny specks that almost looks. It can look like a speck of dandruff or dust to the naked eye. And what it is, it's the nits. And you leave one knit, and you will, within a week or two, you will have a head full of lice again.
God.
And the parents get so frustrated because they keep on coming in, being diagnosed with it again, and getting another prescription, and they're on the third or fourth prescription, and they're thinking that the medicine isn't working or something's not going well. Those nits are very, very, very hard to kill. And if you don't get every single one, that hair will just pull them in again. And the other thing to do, and I had one mom do that, even with her 3 beautiful girls, is cut their hair real short.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
Don't like short hair.
Do bald men get hair lice, head lice?
No.
Okay.
No, never seen
So
it.
it's just the
And
hair.
boys hardly ever get it.
Okay. Well, some boys got pretty long hair, or used to.
Yeah, well, they do now. But boys with short hair, it's I can count the times on one hand the times I've had to treat those.
Well, that goes back to my days. And of course, we're living in a military town. A big chunk of the boys that were in my school, they had Marine Corps haircuts.
Yeah.
Because that's what Daddy said they were going to have. We did not have a whole lot of those. I don't ever remember an outbreak of lice.
Yep.
Not while I was in school.
That's the thing with it. So just
well.
remember, parents, if your house has it, it's going to be mainly the girls, and be really patient, and just try your best to get every single knit out. It's quite a job.
Now,
but if you do that, then you got it.
Now,
and you do it with a fine-tooth comb.
Right.
Now, they don't catch this stuff because they're not washing their hair or the house is dirty, right? They catch it because they come from somebody else.
It comes from somebody else. Some kids go on sleepovers, especially little girls, and they like to hug and they like to share each other's pillows. That's where it comes from.
Okay. Not going to happen. I don't have them anyway, so I don't have to worry about it.
Now that we've
All right,
started
there
the
you go.
first week of school off well.
Yeah. You got anything unusual happening that you know of that you're finding right now?
Not anything unusual. It's what I would have expected for the first couple of weeks of school.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good. Dr. Rose, thank you, ma'am. I do appreciate it. And now we're going to go take a commercial break, and then we're going to start scratching all the stuff that we don't.
You guys will be all right.
Yeah.
You're not going to have any sleepovers with any girlfriends.
I understand that, but the thought of this stuff will actually psychosomatic transmission, right?
I'm with you there.
It does happen. When we talk about things like that, I got to scratch my eye or scratch my head or whatever. Okay. Thank you, Doc.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Rose.
We'll see you next week. You're live in Local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
WSME.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 15 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
This just in, I think prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Home Connections of Beulahville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton with a variety of floor plans and amenities to choose from, and many finance options available. Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and simple. 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections are through referrals, and references are gladly provided. For your convenience, Home Connections in Beulahville is now open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Beautiful homes, friendly staff, and financing. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387, or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulahville, on your way to and from the beach.
Hampton Hadley of Hadley Family Chiropractic is a Palmer graduate and certified in chiropractic pediatrics. Hadley Family Chiropractic of Jacksonville offers comprehensive care for you. Hadley Family Chiropractic provides services for back pain, headaches, leg pain, neck pain, numbness, shoulder pain, work and sports injuries. Your comfort is your ultimate concern. Hadley Family Chiropractic offers state-of-the-art chiropractic care as well as transportation. There's very little wait time and same-day appointments are available. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 till 5, Friday 7:30 till 12, and available Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays by appointment. Hadley Family Chiropractic, 1905 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, by phone 910-938-2332. That's 910-938-2332 for Hadley Family Chiropractic.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, Debbie. I guess you've got to go visit our medical practitioner, right?
Yeah, it's my checkup.
So you're going to do that, and then we're going to take care of all our itching issue. You are?
Yeah.
Okay, see, there are a bunch of us here. My wife, Kelly, and Lee, and me, and I don't know how many
We all go to
others.
see the same medical provider.
It's
We
kind of like,
love her.
yeah.
She's a homegrown.
She's homegrown,
Yeah,
and
she's
everybody knows her. All the
Yes.
other medical folks around here know
Yes.
who she is. When I went to New Bern with the cardiac issues that I had, and I mentioned, I know Regina. So what?
Right.
Everybody knows her.
Yeah.
Apparently. So that's a good thing.
She's so easy to talk to and to share things with.
She's
and
down
she
to earth.
listens.
Yeah, and she can get sick too.
Right.
So she can relate. to
Well,
what-
she's been on vacation this week, so she'd be ready for me.
Oh my.
Hey, I looked up the ballot for November. And this is for all Onslow County voters, and I'm sure other counties, but the constitutional amendment that is on this ballot.
Yeah.
Constitutional amendment to provide that only a citizen of the United States who is 18 years of age and otherwise possessing the qualifications for voting shall be entitled to vote in any election in this state.
Shouldn't have to be an
For
amendment.
or
I thought that
against?
was, I'm for it.
Yes.
I don't vote for many amendments to constitutions, I will tell you. This
right.
is a state constitution.
And like you said, why should we have to put that
We should
on?
not have to put it there. It should already have been there. It should have already been understood. And it was understood by me. When I've taken oath of office, and as I recall, you swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
Right.
your North Carolina, and whatever your local law enforcement folks, whatever
Right.
your local governments are. If you're swearing to one of the, you swear to uphold all of them.
Right.
So I don't know what the issues are.
And just real quick before we start with Peter right here is the presidential ballot. Oh my gosh.
How many are on it?
Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, Robert Kennedy, Nicole Shanahan, because he was
First of all, folks, That's going to be on your North Carolina ballot.
Right.
It's going to be
Right.
there.
For everybody, right.
The state
In
could
North
not,
Carolina.
and and I blame Robert Kennedy for this. If Robert Kennedy had pulled out a month earlier, if he had made that known and he had sent the required information to every state, then he would not be there confusing the issue.
Oh, well,
So
it gets better.
it is going to confuse the issue because if you vote for him, you vote for nobody. Nothing.
All right, Robert Kennedy and Nicole Shanahan, they're the We the People Party.
Yeah.
Then you have Chase Oliver, Mike Termott,
Who knows?
Libertarian Party, Jill Stein and Rudolph Ware, the Green Party,
Is Jill Stein any kin to Josh Stein?
Randall Terry and Stephen Broaden, the Constitution Party, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, we know Republican Party, and then Cornel West and Melina Abdullah, Justice for All Party. Huh? That's all I've got to say is what? Okay.
Makes you want to slap your head, doesn't it?
Yes.
What happened? How did this come about? I'm confused.
I'm confused too. So anyway, interesting. So anyone that wants to look at the ballot, or you just go to North Carolina voter search. I'll put the link on the page again. And if you scroll down, you will see where it says ballot information and your ballot number. Click on that. It's in blue and bring it right up.
And if you, I strongly suggest you check yourself out and make sure that you're listed in the.
And the address is correct.
The address is correct, and your party affiliation is correct, and especially you need to make sure that you live in the. If your wrong address is put there, you could not be voting in where you're supposed to be
That's
living,
right.
and if that's the case, you might not be able to vote like you think you're going to vote.
Well,
Because there are people who are unscrupulous who will go through and they will modify your address for you, even though you didn't move.
Well, let me tell you something. The Board of Elections, they have a lot of safeguards in place. I know one lady that went to her old polling place because her address was still showing as that, voted there, then went to another polling place to do the one-stop voting, early voting, to change her address to where it should be. And she was at that poll and tried to vote again. But they're
She's
quick.
already done that.
They're
so
quick.
you were on the list, and it's not going to happen.
Our Board of Elections,
Yep.
they're good people.
I
say that.
wish the rest of the county's boards of elections were like that.
Yes.
So,
we have
everybody's got their issues. Don't
Right.
get me wrong. Everybody's got issues, and there are so many people that want to try to circumvent the systems, let one slip through. And I moved, but I didn't know I really needed to change my address. I'm still living here in Onslow County because I can vote. No, well, we got districts in Onslow County.
I just want to know, Peter, are you
For the House.
registered? Are you registered to vote?
I can vote, yes. Yeah.
But have you registered to vote?
But you're good here in
Someone is
Onslow
registered.
County. You're here.
I'm registered in Durham County because I split my time between the two of them. So I'm half here, half there.
We need to talk before you leave.
We'll talk about that. Anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, it's heating up, and we're not talking about that, but we're just talking about they're off and running. The races are here. We need to get
Are you
that.
talking about the triple X's?
No, I'm talking about, what in your mind? I'm talking about Medicare, Medicaid.
Oh,
and all of those
God.
people out there that want my money.
Oh, I
Some
dread
of them might
this.
even be real.
The
You're
phone
live and local
calls.
Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Howdy do, folks. Richlands Piggly Wiggly here. If you don't know what to cook for dinner tomorrow, say no more. We have a family pack New York strip steaks for $7.99 a pound, or some baby back pork ribs for $2.49 a pound. Finger licking good. Get fancy with our whole fresh pork picnic for only $1.49 a pound. Again, I say only $1.49 a pound. And you can pair our 5-pound bag of russet potatoes with any of those meats for $2.49 a bag. The Richlands Piggly Wiggly has this week's dinner all planned out for you at good cost. See y'all soon and stay picky.
For over 40 years, people have trusted Liberty Tire 1130 Gum Branch Road, not only for tires and tire service, but also auto and truck repair as well. Being locally owned and operated as your hometown Bridgestone Firestone dealer at Liberty Tire, dependability and personal service is their number one priority. Being a state-of-the-art facility and using the latest technology, Liberty Tire guarantees all their work. It's simple. If you bought tires without pricing us first, you pay too much. Liberty Tire, 1137 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, for all your tire needs. Phone 910-346-6655. It's hot outside, but the summer heat does not keep Mix Masters Concrete of Beulaville inside. They can handle the heat and that concrete project on your to-do list this summer. When it comes to ready-mix concrete, nobody does it harder or quicker than Mix Masters Concrete Incorporated, Highway 24 East in Beulaville. Whether you need concrete for an outdoor kitchen, residential, commercial, or agricultural project, Mix Masters Concrete Incorporated can handle it. And they serve all of Eastern North Carolina. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, Mix Masters has the concrete. And owner Scott Thigpen will gladly provide a free estimate with delivery on Saturdays. And KPT Masonry specializes in professional concrete finishing. Again, nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mix Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulaville. So, when you need ready-mix concrete, call Mix Masters Concrete of Beulaville first, 910-298-6153. That's 910-298-6153. Mix Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulaville takes this time to thank those who serve us for our most prized possession, our freedom, and is proud to be a part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow, Jones, and all surrounding counties. When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge in helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. We're still trying to get rid of some of those blasted bugs that you brought in yesterday.
What?
Jeez. Them darn bed bugs. Every time. Oh, yeah, now you're stretching again. My nose is even itching.
Well, I hope I didn't bring any bugs this morning. I still got all those cockroaches in my...
Peter!
Oh, Lord, there we go.
I woke up this morning and I went to put my pajamas under the pillow and there was a cockroach going...
You know, the worst feeling in the world is I used when I'd get up early, and not here, but in Wilmington, I would get up, and the worst feeling was one morning, I went down there, put my foot down in my shoe, and I heard it go,
Stop, both of you,
and then it
stop.
got a little damp underneath. There was a roach hiding in, it's a water bug is what they are, hiding in my shoe. And I'm like, really?
oh, put on a pair of pants. And about the time you get them up and on, and then you feel something crawling up towards your waist, and you're like, ah.
Does Medicare cover that
Let's
kind
talk
of an issue
Medicare.
when you do if Lee had done that and she jumped straight up and hit her head on the ceiling,
It's an injury. What does it matter?
and then it's an injury, and you go to the hospital and you try to explain what happened, would Medicare cover that? Okay.
Well, they might ask if you've been abusing a cock.
Well, I'll be calling 910-353-0972 community prevention.
Yeah. I don't abuse cockroaches. I just stomp them.
Can we just stop?
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the day, every time anything out of my peripheral moves, I'm going to jump them.
Hold on.
No. Okay, let's talk Medicare. Oh, Lord.
All right. Medicare, Medicaid is coming up next month, about a month from now, when the open enrollment starts, right?
Yes, it
See, I've learned some of these buzzwords here. Open enrollment.
Annual enrollment, an actual.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, open enrollment is January to March. So, but you've heard me speak about both. That's right.
Okay, annual enrollment. So if you want to pick a certain plan and not something that the government just hands you and says you go with it, which is what most people do to begin with, don't they? Or did.
Yeah, you're wise to take a look at and see, especially this year.
Yeah, things are changing. This is going to be the year from Hades, I think.
Yeah, because I know you just got back from a symposium on Medicare, and so you're going to tell us what you learned this week, but you're also saying that this is going to be the biggest disruption for Medicare plans that Medicare professionals have ever seen, 2025.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
And the reason that we're saying that is, one, the funding from the government to the Medicare Advantage plans has been reduced by $722 million this year from last year. So that's the first factor. That means there's less money for the Advantage carriers to put into the plans than in previous years. There's still persistent inflation, or the effects of that, and the lingering effects of the fact that people delayed getting a COVID, getting medical procedures done during COVID, and so they're still going and getting things done that were left 2 years ago.
You mean like knee replacements and all that sort of
things
stuff?
like that. And so those costs have been more expensive, and that's given the Advantage companies less money. And then one of the biggest things that all the Advantage carriers were mentioning at the symposium last week was the $2,000 cap on prescription drugs, which is really good for people like myself with very expensive drugs. But that's causing the donut hole to go away.
Donut holes to go away, what do you mean?
So the donut hole is, you've got used to have four stages in a drug plan. You had the deductible stage, the initial stage. So the deductible stage was where if you had a deductible, you had to pay that first.
Okay.
Then you had the initial phase where you had you pay co-pays. So those two will still be there. Then the donut hole, or I'm trying to remember what it used to be called, but most people know it by the donut hole, was the third phase where you paid 25% of the cost of a drug, whether it was generic or brand name. And then you have the catastrophic phase, which for this year started at 8,000, but this next year starts at 2,000. You don't have to pay anything during that catastrophic phase. We used to have to, but this year you don't have to. So it's complicated, but essentially, instead of having 4 phases, we're down to 3 phases. You've got a deductible if your plan has a deductible. and a lot more plans this year will have a deductible phase. You'll have initial phase where you pay co-payments, and then you'll have the catastrophic phase.
Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and I'm going to base it upon people like me, and maybe with Lee, and for other individuals may fall into the same category, because I'm sure I'm not all alone out there. But we'll talk about some of the generic things, and then how we can get a little more specific, because I think what I'm going to have to do is get a little bit more specific, my wife and I, with you, so we can understand what's best. Customize it. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Peter Wright's in the house, and we're talking Medicare, Medicaid. Y'all need to listen up. This is not, it's probably going to be the most important year that we've had in quite some time, insurance-wise. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Vice President Harris visits New Hampshire today to pitch a small business tax plan. The VP wants to expand from $5,000 to $50,000 in tax incentives for small business startup expenses. The goal is to spur 25 million new small business applications over 4 years. The big debate, the vice president and the former president next Tuesday in Philadelphia. It's Donald Trump who's in the battleground state tonight, taking questions from the public in Harrisburg.
Former President Trump will participate in a Fox News town hall in Pennsylvania, the first of several swing state appearances, which also include stops in North Carolina and Wisconsin.
The event begins at 9 p.m. Eastern on Fox's Hannity. That's Fox's Rich Edson. Michigan judge rules Robert F. Kennedy Jr. must stay on the November presidential ballot. He's trying to take his name off the ballot in battleground states since leaving the race and endorsing Donald Trump. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Okay, we're back. We're talking about things that occurred over the weekend and culminated yesterday.
At the ball game.
At the ball game. I do like those folks out there at White Oak.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Great
We'll
people.
talk about it later on.
Great
Give them a
people.
shout out.
Yes.
Okay, Peter Wright's in here. He's a Medicare, Medicaid specialist. He's kind of like one of those guys that you can ask him questions and you don't have to pay him any money, and he gives you answers, and you still don't have to pay him any money. He works for another company. He works for a company companies that hire him to not try to sell their product, but to give you information about their products. Is that about the way it works?
Well, they do give me a reimbursement if I sign people up, but
Sure.
it doesn't. But it's the same for each company, so it doesn't. Yeah,
doesn't matter to you which one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, now here's the thing. We can sit here and talk all day long, and which we do a lot, about here's what the overall stuff is, this, and this. But when people who want to come and actually sit down with you, is it best for them to bring you their entire case history or what they have going on with their lives, and then you take a serious look at it and kind of help them narrow down to a plan?
Well, what I need when somebody comes is a minimum the medicines and the doctors that you see, and it's preferable if you have your Medicare and Medicaid cards too, because that takes time to get if you don't have.
Because you can
So
look it
that'll
up.
be-
You have the option, the ability to look up their stuff, right?
Yes.
But if they come to you and they say, well, you know what, like me, if I come to you and give you my meds right now and my doctors right now, it's kind of hard to predict what else I'm going to need. I can remember of November of 2022, and the 1st of November, I had no idea I was going to be in a blasted helicopter heading for the fine folks over there in New Bern who were going to cut me open. I didn't know that was going to happen. That's called catastrophic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that was going to happen, so there's nothing I can tell you about that. However, for instance, I know that I have to have another knee replacement at some point in my life. Right?
Yeah.
You need to know that.
Well, that should be covered by. Yeah, I mean, it would be good to know
That's
to compare
Medicare.
what the surgery costs or what the costs in a hospital would be and compare them from place to place if you know that's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Mike on the line. He has a question that he'd like to ask Peter.
Okay, I got to get used to all these buttons again. Here we are. Hey, Mike, what's up?
Good morning, Ray. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
I was in the market for Medicaid about 2 months ago, and I called the health department, and they gave me the email, the internet link to basically the online stuff for Medicaid. And I filled everything out. They already tried to call from this number. It was the marketplace that called me. So when the marketplace got to me, so I was like, well, I'm supposed to be eligible for Medicaid. Can you guys sign me up? They're like, well, you're not eligible, and we'll be able to sell you a plan. So they started going through all the plans and stuff, trying to sell me a plan. I'm like, but I just talked to the health department, and they said I was eligible for Medicaid. Fast forward, I went in to the health department and they actually signed me up for Medicaid. They'll understand why they were trying to pressure me to sign up for a plan. And ever since, I've been getting text calls trying to sign me up for plans. And I've been telling them to stop, picking up the call list and stuff, and they're still calling. Is that normal practice with the marketplace?
Well, the people are going to keep calling you. That's unfortunate. But if it's somebody you have not reached out to, Peter, and you don't want to talk to anybody except the people that you are reaching out to, you need to make that perfectly clear, right?
Well, the problem is a lot of people, if you've given your number out to any agency or any place where you've been trying to get information, you can get a lot of calls after that's happened. It's not meant to happen, but some people are unscrupulous. The best thing, because I think what you're saying is you haven't been approved for Medicaid, but you're getting calls from Marketplace and you're not interested in that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, before I called the Marketplace, I talked to the health department, Social Security, and the Medicaid people here in Malcolm County. They're like, yeah, you are eligible, but it'd be easier for you to do it online. So that's when I called. I went online and did the form and all that. Basically, let me wait for this traffic. Basically, I eventually got signed up for Medicaid and got approved. But I'm still getting calls from the marketplace trying to sell me. They're like, well, I don't make commission off this, and but here the plans. They're really forceful about trying to get me to commit to these plans. And but I already got Medicaid,
Okay, so you've got Medicaid. So then I would go to donotcall.gov and put your phone numbers in there, and that should help to stop people from calling you. But that's what I've done, and I get very few calls. So that would be the solution.
I think probably the people who may be licensed for Marketplace and others, they will have to abide by those do not call lists. But the unscrupulous ones elsewhere, you still going to get those because they're scam artists and they don't abide by anything.
Yeah. So the number was put it straight into the Marketplace, and I told them to put me on a do not call list. They're still calling. So.
Yeah, well, telling them is one thing. If it's a legitimate company, if you put it down in writing, if you have it on a list, and when it shows up and they call you and then you can refer back to that list, you can actually sue them.
Good luck.
Good luck, but you can sue them. Occasionally, if you read a story about somebody catching it, but that's because the people do it time and again, and they finally put two and two together.
I'll try that .com. I mean, that .gov, and do that work.
I'll put it on your donotcall.gov.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. You take care. What kind of calls are you getting yourself from people? Are they asking you a lot of questions?
It hasn't really started yet. Because I've put the generic information out there that I'm allowed to put out there at the moment.
Sure.
From the 1st of October, I can start telling people what we know is going to happen. But what was interesting at the symposium, we've only had one company actually tell us what's going to be happening so far in detail. But this year, the other companies, and normally the company that's told us ahead of time is one of the last. Now it's the first, and the others are still trying to work out what they're going to do.
Is it because they don't know yet, or they haven't worked out a plan? Because they got new rules this year, right?
I think that a couple of the companies are going to be hit hard with what's happening here, and this is what I'm thinking, and so they probably don't want those results out as early as we would otherwise normally see them.
If these companies are going to get hit hard, that means we're going to get hit hard if we're dealing with those companies?
It means we've got to look carefully and see which company is the best one for you and which plan, because the companies are, we believe, coming out with different plans for people, so that they can choose what benefits they want and which benefits they don't want. So there'll be more variety of plans from some of the companies.
Do you envision a day when pretty much all of the companies, all of their plans will be kind of identical, or will it still be a competitive situation?
No, I think this country, you've always got a lot of choice.
Okay, good. So competition's good, to be honest with you. I like that. Not to have just one system like you do in Great Britain. In the UK.
But you can have a private system there too. My father always had private insurance. And it was good because he had something wrong with him from the Second World War, and he had to, it took him 5 operations to get it fixed. The first 4 were at a local hospital. In the end, because he had the insurance, he went to London, to St. Mark's Hospital there, and had it fixed there.
So what you're saying is just the government plan in the UK is not necessarily the best thing for you?
Well, if in my father's situation, with what happened to him during the Second World War, I don't know all the details, but I don't know. I can't answer that.
Yeah, I got you.
Could he have got there under the other ruling? I don't know. But because he had the private insurance, he could say, I want to go to that hospital and go to it.
Otherwise, you could end up wherever they want you to go.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So if people want to reach out to you, I know you're going to, have you got it signed, sealed, and delivered for the Walmart whenever?
I haven't got it signed. I've been told that I've got into the Walmart. I would say 95%, 98% be in the Walmart on North Marine Boulevard for AEP. That's for middle of October through till the 7th of December, and also from January through to March for the open enrollment period.
Yeah, we're going to separate the two of them as we go along here, try to explain it to you. I'm beginning slowly after about 3 years. I'm learning from you. But my God, I have not a clue. It is so complicated. I do not know how people can do this. I do know how they do it. The same way we've done it. We just, this is the way it is.
Yeah.
But there are other options out there. And there may be better options for you. Maybe our plan may be the greatest thing since sliced white bread. I don't know yet. But until I look at the other, or you look at the others for me, because I won't know what I'm looking at. So.
Yeah. One thing we haven't mentioned, do we have time now?
We got plenty of time.
Okay. I was talking about the prescription drug plan. One of the things that's coming out for this next year is what we call a smoothing monthly prescription payment plan.
They
say M3P because there's 3 Ps in it. A monthly prescription payment plan. And it's smoothed out so that if normally with the drugs and so on, you can pay $500 one month, $300 another month, $200, and it can vary. What will happen for this next year is if your drugs are going to cost a certain amount, the pharmacy will be able to schedule so you only pay $150 each month. It's not going to go up and down. So it's going to be like a utility payment where they can estimate it for the whole year. And we say there's a $2,000 cap. In actual fact, what I learned last week was that people won't actually pay $2,000. They'll probably end up paying somewhere around $1,800 because the insurance companies pay part of that $2,000 too. I've got to learn how that happens, but it will show us that the amount won't be the full 2,000. So that's also good news.
Okay.
Now that's for on expensive drugs, but you said what would happen for people on lower price drugs?
Sure. Just a routine thing that I've got, the 90-day prescriptions for drugs. And sometimes they don't even meet, some of these drugs that I got are generics, so that's the good thing. They don't even meet the deductible.
Yeah. So the low tier drugs, the tier 1 drugs, going to be, no, I can't. I can talk for the companies I've seen. Well, they're probably going to be $0 still. Let's put it that way.
No copay, you mean?
No copay. Yeah.
Okay.
For those tier 1 drugs, I think. It depends on whether a company has changed its formulary. That's its list of drugs, and the tiers on which those drugs are listed for the next year. As to which drugs will be in tier 1, tier 2,
wonderful.
tier 3, and so on. So there may be more costs depending on what happens to those formularies. Some may change them, some may not. I can't say what's happening at the moment, and we don't know for all the companies anyway. And then they may be swapping to co-insurance rather than co-payment for tier 3 drugs. That could be something that we see, in which case you'll have a higher amount. So everybody will really need to take a look at what your drug costs are going to be.
Well, you bring up something there, but I also know that my doctor, my medical provider, and I've got several different ones who prescribe me different things for different stuff, right? But they can also look at what they're prescribing me and see if, in other words, my tier 1 drug is no longer covered.
Yeah,
then they can look at something else that does the same thing that is covered, right?
So what
you need to work with two people.
Yeah. Okay. So what you'll want to do, the problem is you need to look at the formulary list as well for the new year. So in conjunction with your doctor. So I would say try to get with an agent if you can during the annual enrollment period, and go through your drugs. During the open enrollment period, which is January to March, you can do that also. Or you could ask for a formulary list, a list of drugs to be sent to you by the plan that you've chosen, and to make sure that you're not paying too much. You can go through that with your doctor, pick which drug is the most cost-effective
that
one
would be
for
for the
you.
plan that I've got now, but how can I compare that to other plans at the same time?
I can help you
need to do that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I can help you
All
do
right.
that.
So I'll find out from my doctor.
But
Okay.
And you can look at your formulary list that you've currently got, and see which drugs you can get onto. Or we can pull up that formulary list.
Gotcha.
I could print it off if you want to go in detail during annual enrollment. That was a annual enrollment, and you could take that list to the doctor and say, "Hey, this one's too expensive. If there is one that's too expensive, can I try something else?" But normally we do that, face to face, and we can work out based on the drugs you've currently got.
Gotcha.
And get you the best plan.
All right, we got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
And we don't have as much time as you would think, because this stuff starts in early October, right?
That's right.
And runs through the middle of December or something. So we really need to get our mess together, because we're going to have to see a doctor. We're going to have to see get that list from the insurance folks, and that's going to be you.
I have no patience for all of that.
Oh my goodness
None
gracious.
whatsoever.
Oh my
That's why I'm
goodness
so
gracious.
glad we have Mr. Wright here.
We will be dealing with Peter right or not.
Yes.
So you may as well bring a pillow when you come.
Just a real quick recap on scams and give out your information how people can contact you.
Yeah, be careful of scams because that they happen all the time. So just don't be pressurized. If somebody's phones you up, and you haven't arranged a phone call to speak to someone, and it's an agent out of a blue that's calling you up. You don't have to do anything. It's not they're not allowed to phone you up and talk to you about Medicare Advantage plans. So that shouldn't be happening. So just make sure that you don't, because I've probably this year I probably had 5-6 people give out the Medicare number, and 1 or 2 were actually changed to a different plan that they didn't want.
That's right. I called you because I said that I kept getting phone calls and they kept saying they were from my insurance company and they wanted to know if I got my new card, the plastic one. And I said, I have a card. It's valid. Why? Well, we just wanted to make sure you got it and we just need to know your enrollment date.
What I would do is ask them, you've got all this information. So
that's what I told her.
What is my name and what is my insurance company?
Well, we just need to verify it. I said, I'm driving. No. You know what she said? Well, we'll wait till you pull off the road so you can look.
Lay the phone down and keep driving.
And I said, no, you can. And then I hung up. I called Peter and I go,
you dealt with him well.
Yeah, well, she's learning from me.
I use ugly words.
Oh, did you get your $50 from having your you told me you Blue Cross had phoned you up and was wanted to do a health assessment on you. They'll have a nurse come or
no, I didn't do it. You get $50 if you let them come to your house and do a health assessment.
Or they can do it over the
you do it over the phone?
too. Yes, and you still get the $50.
$50.
I found that out yesterday, so I thought I'd let you know that.
I'll add that to my list of things to do.
Right. Who have we got here?
And I do believe it's Chris Marks. Yep, Chris Marks.
Mr. Marks, sir, how are you?
Good morning, everybody. How
morning,
are
Chris.
you?
Fine, great, Chris.
Good morning.
Wonderful. Good morning, Peter. Wonderful to have the phone working.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yes.
Love technology. So, Peter, I have a question for you. My wife recently fell into what I guess is called the donut hole. And so one of the very important prescriptions she's on went from, I'm just going to throw out numbers, but 175 prior to the donut hole to 575. And then the insurance company said, well, once she spends $8,000, it'll go back to 25%, which of course, $8,000 in the next 4 months or however long it's not going to happen. What exactly is this donut hole that Blue Cross Blue Shield has?
So once your cost goes above 4,500, that the insurance companies and you have put into getting a drug, then you start to you fall into what they call the donut hole, and you're then paying 25% of the cost of the drug until you reach $8,000. Once you get to $8,000, then you don't pay anything more than that. And as you said, that's going to be a lot. So alternatives, depending on your income, you may be able to contact it's worth contacting the drug manufacturer and seeing if they have a patient assistance program and if they can assist you. Depends on what are you able to give me the name of the drug or?
Sure, Ozempic.
Okay.
So
you might,
obviously.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if that would help you too much. It'd be worth a try, but I think I've looked at Ozempic, and the patient assistance program from memory wasn't as lucrative as some of the other plans I've looked at. But that would be one possibility. Otherwise, maybe looking at a different drug that might help. Otherwise, you're stuck with that cost, I'm afraid. Now, next year, as I've mentioned, it is going to be different. The cap will be $2,000 for costs. So next year, you won't have that those same expenses.
And is that with all insurance companies, Peter?
That's
I know you only represent a couple, but
no, I represent
a bunch of them.
I represent. If you're in Onslow County, I represent all the ones in Onslow County. I represent most of them in all the other counties. Yes, it's because of the Inflation Reduction Act that went into force this year for the first time. So it reduced the cap down to $8,000. There wasn't a cap before, so it put a cap of $8,000 on the drugs this year. Next year, that's $2,000. Now, for me, I'm really happy about that because my cost of drugs through the through a prescription drug plan would have been $16,000 last year, $8,000 this year, and obviously $2,000 next year. So that makes a huge difference to me. But I have been able in the past to get those through patient assistance programs at zero cost. It's no longer possible, but for me, because it depends on how much money one's making. So I'm really glad about that. But some people will be affected the other way, where they've had low drug costs and now they may have higher drug costs next year. Nothing above 2,000, but there may be some increase from this year to next year.
Okay, Chris, might be wise to pay attention to it and really seek some counseling with Peter towards the end of this month. You'll know more then,
definitely
right?
would, yes.
Well, in October, that's when I can really go into.
First of October, then whenever.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And actually, Peter helped us out last year, and that's why I just wanted to call it. Just haven't had time to get hold of him individually, but I was just curious. Since you had him on the program, which is great, love having you on. I have Peter on there, and I appreciate you folks having him do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks, Mike. Yeah, and because you're one of my clients, you can call me as soon as you get your annual notice of change, which will be later this month, probably the third week of September. You can give me a call then, and we can discuss it. Discuss your situation then.
All right, Mark.
Everybody have a great day.
Mark, I appreciate the call. Chris, we do appreciate
Thanks.
it, sir.
Bye.
Chris Marks there. Always good questions, too.
Yes.
Peter, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're off and running here.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
You're here next week?
Week
after. Okay, so we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, and we forgot to say how to contact me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I have it all on here.
VR549. He doesn't know what that is. He never watched Hee-Haw.
Hee-haw.
No. So my phone number, I'm having to look it up here because it's sort of new, is 252-675-4488. So that's 252-675-4488.
And we'll have that on our Facebook page as well.
And, and your website, foxfoxplans.com.
That's right.
You should say it.
Cannot forget that one.
Foxplans.com. Foxplans.com.
Okay.
Foxplans.com. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
All
Cheers.
right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the marine forecast and more. You're live and local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers commercial financing and residential financing as low as 0%. With hurricane season here, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Humphrey Heating and Air also does residential and commercial plumbing, air duct cleaning for better breathing, and services all brands of HVAC. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. With locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead, visit online humphreyheating.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
David Hall, State Farm Agent, Jacksonville. Call today, 910-455-0440.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And the Marine Forecast is brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. They're located right here in Jayville at 918 Henderson Drive. An inadequate mental health system. Yes, I said it, and I'll abide by it. An inadequate mental health system, that's what we have, has contributed to individuals with mental illness committing crimes. They get arrested when they do it, and they still have to go without the care they need. That's a problem. And that problem gets worse because then they get out. After they're arrested, they still got the same mental health problem and probably more because jail does not cure your mental health.
I would think it would increase it.
2 in 5 adults in prison have a history of mental illness. 7 out of 10 youth in the juvenile justice system have a mental illness. 70% of the kids out there who are having problems and end up getting hooked up in the criminal justice system have mental illnesses. 70%. Local jails, as great as those jails are, they are not equipped to provide the treatment that people need, but they are often filled with inmates who need mental health treatment. What a catch-22 that is. We got to put them in here, but we can't help them. That's catch-22. That's the definition. The right mental health treatment can help turn someone's life around. If you or someone you know is suffering from mental health issues, give Community Prevention Services Incorporated a call. Let them help you navigate your issues to help improve your life. 910-389-0000. 353-0972. Call them today. You'll be glad you did. There's a lot riding on what you do to help folks who need it so desperately. The number to call, 910-353-0972. Small craft advisories in effect through Friday morning. Offshore today, northeasterly winds 20 to 25 knots, gusts to 30, seas 6 to 9 feet. Did you hear that? Seas 6 to 9 feet. Sounds and rivers rough. Tomorrow, northeasterly winds around 20 knots, gusts to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet. Not getting much better.
Rough.
Sounds and rivers choppy. Friday, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet, sounds and rivers a moderate chop. My.
Whew. And today it will be partly sunny with a high near 83. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 66. Thursday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 83. And Friday, a slight chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 85.
910-333-0139. You want to chat? Our number is back and operating, but we can only get one person at a time. Holy crickets.
Holy
no idea that so many people would give a flip that Vice President Kamala Harris tried out another new accent in Detroit on Monday. She did.
Oh, no.
That
what
part's
was
a
this
fact. Foghorn, leghorn, whatever it was. My question for you, am I the only person in these United States of America that could care less what kind of accent she used? I change it all the time. Maybe she wants to follow in Rich Little steps in case the presidential gig just doesn't pan out. I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
Do I care? For those who really don't like Harris, don't like how she talks, not even what she has to say, it's not going to change. They're not going to. So get over it.
Right.
If you don't like her, quit criticizing her.
Right.
Because she wants to play games out there with playing accents or whatever she wants to do. Same thing for Donald Trump. He says stuff all the time that if he would be honest, he uses different shticks to appeal to whoever he's talking to on any given day. We know that. All of them do. It's nothing new for political candidates. Once was, they could give speeches in different towns on the same day, and the content could be 180 degrees out of context and nobody would ever know. They didn't know. Then along comes the 1960s and 70s. Television network crews accompanied the candidates to every place they went. On the evening news, good producers would pick up on the different speeches that they were making at that time. But that didn't have an impact until the news producers put together the news stories from different towns, from the same person, giving different stories in those two different towns. Those good days.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe those scattered viewpoints will help us decide how to vote. I hope so.
Well, I had something interesting developed last night watching the news. Had some of those ghost store families on the news last night. The incident that happened at Arlington.
A week ago.
And they said that they were the ones that invited Trump. And they were the ones that also requested that it be filmed because they wanted the pictures in the film for their memories.
Who hired the photographer?
I think they came with Trump.
Okay.
But the families had requested it.
I understand.
Now, as far as who shoved who, or somebody stumbled into somebody, or if the Trump campaign was mean to the cemetery worker, who knows? I don't trust anything much I hear about any candidate anymore.
No, I don't either. From them or about them.
That's right.
The shoving thing, if it did occur, and I have no reason to doubt that it did not occur,
Mhm.
okay? I still think that it probably did. But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
If it did occur, assuming that it did occur, apology.
Well, I would think so.
Right up front, and that should come from the head of the campaign.
Right.
That would be Donald J. Trump himself. Okay?
Exactly.
I apologize. It won't happen again. And whoever did it, you're fired.
Right.
That's the way I would do it. Okay. Let's take a quick break. We do have a call, so don't go away. We got a caller hanging in there. Don't go away. We got to pay a bill or two before we come back. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
Onslow County, this is your Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Moorhead Motor Company, 5050 Highway 70 West, Moorhead City, is selling cars like candy bars because they always give sweet deals. Moorhead Motor Company has the car, truck, or SUV that you are looking for because they have the largest selection in Eastern North Carolina with interest rates as low as 4.85%. What's more, Moorhead Motor Company gives a $750 discount to all military and first responders. Moorhead Motor Company is a full-service dealer, complete with service and tie department. Moorhead Motor Company, 5050 Highway 70 West, Moorhead City, selling cars like candy bars. Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Moorhead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, we're back, and caller's been holding patiently. And
Thank you for
guys,
holding.
You guys need to hold on now, making another call. When we got one caller on the line, we can't take another call. You just set off the flashers in here. That's all. And good morning. Who is this?
It's Mike calling back.
Hey,
Well,
Mike,
hey,
calling
Mike.
back. How are
Your
you?
number looked different for some reason. Did you call on a different line?
No.
Oh. Well, I need to borrow your glasses then.
I want to say that, the Trump campaign should know better as far as what they did at Arlington, saying that, is a federal violation. Then I get it, the family invited them and everything. But the part that really gets me is the TikTok video, if you haven't seen it. They did that the very next day. While Trump advance was out there saying that, well, they didn't do it for campaign purposes. In the TikTok video, they correlate our losses in Afghanistan during the withdrawal with the images of the soldiers being our fallen heroes in Arlington. And that's something that I don't care who you are, right, left, in the middle, that's just not right.
May I ask you something? Now, was this TikTok video done by the Trump campaign, or was it done by somebody portraying to be the Trump campaign? Just asking, because I know lately on both sides there has been a lot of fake TikToks.
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Yeah, do that. I'd like to see it.
It was by the Trump campaign. It's official campaign video.
Right.
And what killed me is while they was out there saying, well, Trump was like, well, I don't know nothing about it, and it was done for campaign purposes. This is the official campaign video that came out on TikTok.
Yeah, send it to me. I'd like to take a look at it. I know Steve likes to send me stuff, and I do try to take the time to look at that. I like to look at both sides, and it's just, you're going to have two different opinions on what transpired at the cemetery. I'm not saying I agree with one side over the other, because I've heard too much, and some of the stuff I heard has been fake and false. Some of it else, I don't know what to believe anymore.
Somewhere between the one end and the
Yes.
other end, there's the truth, and we don't know what it is. That's going to be the bottom line, Mike. So we can talk about it all day long, but we've already talked about it enough today. How's
Yeah,
that?
send it to me, Mike. I want to see it.
Send it over to Lee. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Wow. This is going to come down to eventually is people are going
He
to
said,
have
she
to
said,
just,
and everything else.
yes, and they're just going to have to focus on who they think can do the best job and give us
Yeah,
the
and I will
best.
implore all candidates.
Right.
We've got another caller there.
Yes, Chris Marks again.
Hello, Chris. Again, how are you? Uh-oh, hold on, Chris. Don't hang up.
Don't go away.
Yeah, that one little thing, the telephone line there screws up on that one. I don't know what it is. Chris, you're back.
Okay, thank you. So I just wanted to get this part in, nothing about cemeteries or anything like that. I want to mention Harris's trip to Pennsylvania and talking to the union workers. She is totally against the Japan-Nippon purchase of U.S. Steel.
Yes.
Saying it's a bad deal. It's actually a very good deal. It's a very good deal for the economy. And it's a very good deal for the union workers because they are going to honor the current contract for the union workers. So I understand she wants to keep it an American company, but when you're going to make the economy better, and no one's going to suffer from this. Nobody. They haven't presented anything negative about it except it needs to stay American.
Well, that's just talking points,
I mean, the things you say, and one quick one, and I don't know if anybody picked up on this. Obviously, the Big Three media won't, even though one of their reporters mentioned this in the report. Yesterday, when getting ready to board Air Force Two, they were asking questions. The pool reporters can follow everywhere, asking about Gaza and some other things. And she had earbuds in, pretending she was on a phone call. And didn't answer any of the questions.
You know, you brought up a very good point.
I got to try that sometime.
Well, Chris brought up something that irks the devil out of me. She's campaigning
on Air Force Two.
Excuse me, using Air Force Two, which we're paying for. Now, I know some of her state electeds have been under scrutiny over this last year while they were campaigning and they were using state-owned vehicles.
I'm mixed here. The vice president is a heartbeat away from the president.
Right.
And in her official capacity as the vice president, it's a cop. They're 24 hours a day. They're a cop.
Right.
24 hours a day for 4 years. She's the vice president. Period. Bottom line. She has to be in a situation where if she's on the left coast out there doing her thing campaigning and something 9/11 happens, and let's unfortunately think that the president is not available anymore, what is she going to do? Somebody's got to be in charge, and somebody's got to have the communications equipment. She can't just go catch a Greyhound and get back to D.C.
Right.
Well, Lee, if I could address what your point, because it's a very good point. The president, if he's running in a campaign, or in this case, the vice president running in a campaign, their campaigns are to pay, separating the time that they're there doing official business for the country versus what she's doing now is campaigning.
Right. They're supposed to reimburse.
They're supposed to reimburse. However, they never do. I'm not saying just the Democratic one. They never do.
They don't do it. They don't do it.
Well,
They don't. But there is a policy written for them to do it. It's just not enforced.
I flew on a couple of junkets, if you want to call it that. They were actually with the military. I wasn't at the time, but I flew as a media aboard a general's plane. Went down to a couple of places to provide news coverage, to do something from a job. I got charged. The company got charged for my transportation and for my meals. We paid for it.
Well, that's the same way. When I went on government business with the Postal Service, they provided me a car. Sometimes I preferred to drive my own. If I drove my own, I did not charge them for my personal use in my car because I had a government vehicle available. But I don't know. That's just always bugged me about that. And I don't care who the president is or vice president. I'm not choosing sides.
It irritates me, and I don't know how they would ever separate the two of them. It would take a full-time accountant with a stopwatch. If they go from DC to LA, and the trip has got nothing to do with anything but campaigning,
then the campaign should be reimbursing.
The problem is she will always have some official duty, as every other candidate or every other president or every other vice president campaigning will find an official reason to be at a location. And while they're there,
she hasn't in 3.5 years. What are you talking about?
Okay. Anyway, you know what I think about it all.
Yes, I agree with you.
We all know she's never been to Europe. Oh, sorry about that one.
Oh, yeah, other than Germany.
All right.
Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, Chris. You're live and local, Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. You'll have to save your calls now for the next day. That's tomorrow. So save up and give us a call beginning early tomorrow morning. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand-selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more. A locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store in Maysville, where good things cost less. Half-cut boneless ribeye loin, just $9.99 a pound. T-bone steak, $10.99 a pound. London broil, $4.99 a pound. Fryer leg quarters are only 69 cents a pound, sold in a 10-pound bag. Pork spare ribs, just $1.99 a pound. And 10 pounds or more fresh ground beef is only $3.19 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your Maysville Piggly Wiggly, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, sweet whole cantaloupes, you get 2 for $5. Seedless white grapes are just $1.99 a pound. Jumbo white onions, just 99 cents a pound. How about juicy, whole seedless cool watermelons, just $4.99 each. And fresh Roma tomatoes are $1.59 a pound. And you get 3 12-packs of the 12-ounce size Coca Sprite for just $15. Get ready for Labor Day with a visit to your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store in downtown Maysville. And remember, say big with the pig.
Okay. That means we got to wrap up real fast. Like I guess we ran out of time again. That seems to happen a lot with us, doesn't it?
Well, you know, that's a good thing.
Yep. Okay. Real quick, like the There are 2 tropical systems in the Atlantic, one in the Caribbean right now. Neither of the ones in the Atlantic are likely to pose any threat to land areas as conditions are not conducive for development after this week. In the Caribbean, that disturbance there is moving rapidly, about 20 miles per hour westward, and forecasters say it's worth watching for possible development in the northwestern part of the Caribbean or the southwestern part of the Gulf of Mexico. Got to keep our eyes on all of that.
Yeah.
But that's about it. As we approach the middle of June, it would be wise to dust off your hurricane preparation plans just in case. We ain't but halfway through, just barely over halfway through the 2024 hurricane season. Yay! Halfway through. Tomorrow, we got we'll go check in with with Chris Miller, Jacksonville Daily News sports editor, find out what's going on this week. I know the Jacksonville Cardinals got a late week this week. They don't play. And the following weekend, on the 13th, Friday the 13th, they play in somewhere in Carteret County, I think.
Should we go?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
So long as there's no threat of rain, because
the problem is the 14th, the day after, we got a cookie contest.
That's right. We have to get our rest.
We may get some cheering. We may have to get some cheerleaders together. What if we could get the Cardinal cheerleaders to cheer us on?
We need Steve to write us a jingle.
We do. For the men who cook. Simmer down. Simmer down.
Steve is for the men who cook.
Simmer
and
down.
the name of our team is Simmer Down.
And it includes
we could have Steve come sing it.
Live. He just wanted to show up. Yeah, it would be fun. Okay. We'll go tomorrow, Chris Miller, and we're working on a couple of other things, and then we'll be back in the morning.
Hopefully.
Oh, Timmy's going to close out the week with us, too.
Yes, he is.
On Friday.
I made some calls yesterday, was just waiting for a call back and hoping that we can get someone in here special.
Okay. Yep. We need some special people. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Coming up at 10 o'clock this morning, another dose of the Daily D's with Rick D's. And, he had some good jokes yesterday. I'm trying to remember what it was because I was going to retell it.
Yeah.
And then at 3 o'clock, he'll hand it off to Hollywood Man. And then tomorrow morning, we'll be back. Well, right now, it's Fox News. See you in the morning.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The Justice Department files criminal charges against the leaders of Hamas for the October terrorist attack.